Why Ayanokoji understands human nature better than most adults. Most people think Ayanokoji Kiyotaka succeeds because he's intelligent. They're wrong. Intelligence alone doesn't explain why some people consistently stay ahead while everyone else reacts to events they never saw coming. The real advantage isn't intelligence. It's understanding human nature, and that's exactly what makes Ayanokoji so dangerous. Not because he's stronger, not because he's smarter, but because he understands something most adults spend their entire lives ignoring. He understands what truly drives people, and by the end of this video, you'll understand the psychological principle that allows him to predict behavior, influence outcomes, and remain calm while everyone else loses control. Because once you see it, you'll start noticing it everywhere. Throughout Classroom of the Elite, Ayanokoji repeatedly demonstrates a skill that most people never develop. He doesn't judge behavior, he studies motivation. We tell ourselves that we make decisions based on logic, evidence, and careful thinking. But psychology tells a different story. Most of our decisions are emotional first, and logical second. We buy things because they make us feel something. We argue because our ego feels threatened. We seek approval because rejection feels painful. And often, we don't even realize these forces are controlling us. Think about the last time someone criticized you. Did you calmly analyze their words? Or did you immediately feel defensive? What about social media? Why do people obsess over likes, followers, and validation from strangers? The answer is simple. Most people don't make decisions. They justify emotions. And that's where most people make their first mistake. They focus on what people say. Ayanokoji focuses on why they say it. That difference changes everything. This is what makes Ayanokoji fascinating from a psychological perspective. He doesn't observe behavior, he observes motivation. Most people hear words. He watches incentives. Most people react to emotions. He studies the source of those emotions. But the most dangerous thing Ayanokoji understands isn't motivation. It's something we'll come back to later. Because first, we need to understand why motivation is so powerful. Because beneath every action lies a hidden desire. Status, security, recognition, control, belonging, fear. These invisible forces shape almost every decision people make. And once you understand the forces driving someone, their behavior becomes surprisingly predictable. This idea isn't unique to anime. It's one of the most important principles in behavioral psychology. People rarely act randomly. They act according to incentives. Change the incentive, you change the behavior. That's why great negotiators, leaders, marketers, and strategists spend less time judging people and more time understanding what motivates them. Ayanokoji operates from this perspective constantly. Instead of asking, what is this person doing? He asks, what does this person want? And suddenly, the game becomes easier to read. But here's where things get interesting. Understanding people is only half of Ayanokoji's advantage. The other half is even more important. Most people believe power comes from controlling others. Ayanokoji understands that true power comes from controlling yourself. Think about it. Why do intelligent people make terrible decisions? Why do successful people destroy relationships? Why do talented individuals sabotage their own potential? Emotion, specifically, unmanaged emotion, anger, pride, jealousy, fear, impulsiveness. The average person isn't defeated by external obstacles. They're defeated by internal reactions. And this is where Ayanokoji separates himself from almost everyone around him. He rarely allows emotions to dictate his decisions. That doesn't mean he lacks emotions. It means he isn't ruled by them. There's a huge difference. Many people think emotional control means suppressing feelings. It doesn't. Real emotional control means acknowledging your emotions without allowing them to control your actions. And in a world filled with impulsive reactions, that ability becomes an enormous advantage. Because when everyone else is emotional, the calm person sees opportunities others miss. Now, let's bring this into real life. Imagine you're in a workplace meeting. One colleague constantly interrupts others. Another always seeks credit. A third avoids responsibility whenever things go wrong. Most people respond emotionally. They get frustrated, annoyed, defensive. But what if you look deeper? What if the person seeking credit isn't arrogant? What if they're insecure? What if the person interrupting isn't confident? What if they're afraid of being ignored? What if the person avoiding responsibility is protecting their self-image? Suddenly, behavior that seemed random starts making sense. And once behavior makes sense, it becomes easier to navigate. This principle applies everywhere. Friendships, relationships, business, leadership, influence. The people who understand motivation usually outperform the people who only react to behavior. Because they're seeing a layer of reality others overlook. Remember earlier when I said the most dangerous thing Ayanokoji understands isn't motivation? This is it. Ayanokoji doesn't just understand people. He understands systems. Human behavior doesn't exist in isolation. People are influenced by environments, social hierarchies, rewards, consequences, group pressure, expectations, change the environment, and people often change with it. This is one of the most powerful discoveries in psychology. Many people assume character determines behavior, but often, circumstances determine behavior far more than we want to admit. Place someone in the right environment, and they thrive. Place them in the wrong environment, and they struggle. This is why Ayanokoji constantly evaluates the structure surrounding people, rather than focusing only on individuals. Because systems reveal patterns, and patterns reveal outcomes, most people are watching the players. He's studying the game itself. And here's the final insight. The lesson isn't that you should manipulate people, it's that you should understand people. There's a difference. Manipulation seeks control. Understanding creates awareness. When you understand human nature, you become less vulnerable to emotional manipulation. You recognize hidden incentives. You notice social pressure. You become harder to deceive. And perhaps most importantly, you become better at understanding yourself. Because the same motivations influencing everyone else influence you too. The desire for approval, the fear of failure, the need for belonging, the pursuit of status. Human nature isn't something that affects other people. It's something that affects all of us, including the person looking back at you in the mirror. That's what makes Ayanokoji Kiyotaka so compelling. Not his intelligence, not his strategies, not even his ability to stay ahead. What makes him different is his understanding of people. Because the people with the most influence aren't always the loudest, they aren't always the strongest, and they aren't always the smartest. They're the ones who understand human nature. And once you understand human nature, you start seeing the world differently. You stop reacting, you start observing, you stop guessing, you start understanding. And that's where real insight begins. If you enjoy anime psychology, human behavior, and deep character analysis like this, subscribe for more videos.